do you need to do with your remaining games to make sure that you don't blow it?
Look only forward, know what you've done or who is coming behind you. Look forward. Try next training session and next performance and next match, and make sure that everybody is in the same page on that, and the focus and the energy is just on that. What is in front?
There's needed to be a bit of a mentality switch, given the sort of the doom and gloom, if you like, that was around the club after you lost 3 games at the start of the season, to this expectation now that you're going to finish in the top 4, you're going to do well. How have the players coped with that? What has been the change in that mentality?
Accepting the reality. The reality is you're fighting to be at the bottom of the league, and your mindset and your effort and the basics that are required to get out of there are different to the ones that you have now, because the confidence level is different, the environment is different. So first of all, accept and live the reality as it is. And after that, if you don't like that reality, make sure that we're on the same page to understand how we're going to change it, and how much effort you are willing to put to change it. And if you like it, try to keep it or improve it. So it's about understanding the reality.
You've spoken in recent weeks about how impressed you've been and how happy you've been with the signing of Aaron Ramsdale. You've obviously got several very good, very talented youngsters coming through. Are you finding more and more agents of rising players coming to you and saying their young players want to be part of this young group and want to be involved in what you're doing?
I think a lot of players that they don't play here are willing to come to Arsenal, because I think as a club we can attract anybody's attention because our history, who we are, the values that we represent, the players that played here in the past, the managers that they were here. So if they believe that is the right club to come, and we believe that there are right players to come and give them the opportunity, so be it.
On the flip side, William Saliba has been talking this week about the fact he's going to assess his future in the summer. Says he wants more chances. What are you saying to him, and is he likely to get those chances?
Well, first of all, that we made together the decision for him to go on loan, and now he's getting those chances in a really competitive league, and he's doing extremely well. So the pathway that we set, even if people, again, like many other cases that we have here, could not understand, we believe that it was the right thing for him to do it, to develop into the player that we want in the moment that we need that player. And that's how we frame the picture. And of course, he's our player, and we're going to bring him back to talk and discuss what we think, what is in his mind, and then make the right decision.
And just finally from me, if I can, we mentioned Arsene against Watford. There are a lot of Arsenal fans who were very impressed with you gathering the ball outside the technical area and throwing it back on and leading to the goal. Arsene's not been in touch to say he's going to change the rules, is he, with IFAB as a result of that?
No, and I hope he doesn't. So we can expand that a little bit. I will be happy, because sometimes too small for me.
Running to the box.
Matt, are you going to be okay?
Wasn't picking up many marks.
Okay, we'll kick off. Adrian.
Mikel, can I just go back to Tomiyasu quickly, because he's obviously been out for a while. What was kind of going on there? And he did obviously come back against Liverpool, did he? Was that a little bit early?
Yeah, he had a calf injury, and after that he had a really quick recovery. We blame maybe too quick, I don't know. He had a recurrent injury there, and then he felt it again one day when he was back in training with us. So yeah, disappointment, because he's been really consistent. He played a lot of minutes, he played quality minutes, and he had a good contribution in the team. And unfortunately now we cannot use him. So it's good that to have someone like Cedric, that when we had to use him, he was ready, because he's a great professional, and he's performing well for the team.
How long do you anticipate it's going to be before you can see Tomiyasu back?
I don't know. Now he needs to be consistently training for a period that we can minimize the risk of having another recurrent injury in the same muscle, because then it will be something to worry about, and we have to stay away from that.
Can I ask you about Thomas Partey? You got your player of the month this week amid some good competition with Bukayo and Martin Odegaard, which I guess in itself is an indication of the level that he's been playing at recently.
Yes, and it's what he can do, and he should be with those contenders, because the ability that he has is up there with the best in the team. But now he needs to show consistently that he can do that. We're trying to adapt the game a little bit, and some of the things that we've done is to try to adapt the game for him to be able to be more decisive in games, to create more space for him, and I think he's taking that well.
Is that move that you were just talking about with Arts, with Granit Xhaka and how you...
This is the work that we do in training to try to facilitate to players to exploit their qualities as much as possible.
He's obviously a big player, a big signing. Are we now seeing, or have we seen more recently, the standard that he can hit and the influence he can have on the team?
Absolutely, and that's why we decided to sign him. But everything takes some time. I think we have to recognize that he had a lot of injuries as well in a period where he didn't get any consistency in terms of minute and match exposure, and he needs to adapt to a completely different game model that he used to be. And now I think in a really good place.
I'll just ask you a couple more about the team. You're speaking about consistency, getting those sort of results and victories in a run. Arsenal under you have actually been quite good at putting some of those runs together and sort of making progress in the league table. Consistency has been an issue for some of the teams in and around you, but I wondered, along with the quality of players that you've got, what's been key to that, you know, when you've been on those runs, you know, your players having the right sort of attitude and mentality to, you know, string together those consecutive runs of results?
First of all, I think that obviously when you can repeat a team more frequently, the understanding of them or between them gets stronger and stronger. Then you add the confidence factor because you are winning, you are feeling free, you are feeling like you can do in the pitch what you are entitled to do. I think it's a mixture that brings better performances, and at the end, it's how you win football matches.
I wonder that might lead on to my next question, or be connected to it. I know earlier on in the season you said, you know, you miss almost not being in Europe, but when you look at the position you've got yourself into now, some of the things you've been able to do with the squad because you've needed less players, has there been some kind of benefit to not being in Europe? Can you kind of look at that now maybe?
What we have tried to do is to try to maximize the periods that we have between matches. Whether it's better or not, I don't know. I think the fact that you play every 3 days and you are in a competitive mode, if you have a squad that is large enough and you've got enough quality and depth to sustain that, if you ask me what I prefer to play every 3 or 4 days. But we have to maximize what the opportunity that we have this season to have more time here at Coney to train.
Mikel, you've won FA Cups here with Arsenal. Given it's been so long, is finishing 4th this season more important than any of that?
Well, I think playing in European competitions for this club is a must, and this is what we are trying to do, and everything that we plan and do is to get as quick as possible around the top teams in this competition, and that's the first step.
Arsene Wenger likened finishing in the top 4 to being a trophy in itself. Was laughed at a little bit at that, but it's kind of hammered home.
Well, with the experience that Arsene had and understanding the game like he did, he was very aware, and probably he anticipated that, because you could see that after that a lot of teams, they don't play Champions League. They're supposed to play Champions League every season, so I don't think it's something that you can laugh because whenever he said something, he made many times a lot of sense, or most of the times.
Are you having to rebuild that sense at the club that you're a regular Champions League side, or you have that feel of that? Because
I don't understand this club in a different way, and not only that, I don't understand this club or preparing or planning to achieve something that is not being the best team in this country, and nobody's going to convince me to that. The thing is how we're going to do it, and how long it's going to take.
You say you've never, but so many of your players haven't tasted Champions League football with the club. Do they still?
That should be the motivation then. That's the motivation should be to play in that competition, to experience it, to push yourself against the best players in Europe, and do it consistently, and that's the challenge.